being someone who's always making melodic music, this is going to be a little bit off. But you know what? Sometimes music does not need to be all about chords, chord structures, transitioning. Sometimes it can be about atonal things. Now, there's a whole genre that's based around that. Hypnotic techno is also known as atonal techno. Now, this is how you make techno. Atonal Techno 101. You ready for it? That's the video. Let's go and do it right now. Hey, what's up? I'm in the kitchen and thank you for checking out yet another video. Now, if this is your first time here, don't hesitate to click subscribe and hit that notification bell. Whenever I upload a new video, you'll be kept in the loop and you'll not miss out on anything. Now, stick around till the end of this video. I will tell you all about a new thing that might be happening around the corner. I also want to talk to you about my gig at Fringe Festival, which is going to be in Ireland, which is going to be in a few weeks. Looking forward for that, and there's tickets up for grabs if you're in the neighborhood. And also, ADE is up on us. We are going to do something really cool. There's going to be another kitchen club, and yeah, I'm going to tell you all about it. And we're testing the mixer, so there's a lot of news. You'll hear it all towards the end of this video. Atonal techno. What is it and who is playing it? Okay, the three names that come to mind are Truncate, Surgeon, Blawan. There are a number of artists who are doing that loopy, trippy, kind of minimalistic, hypnotic techno vibe. And when I started out, I really enjoyed that music. I really dug it because it was so different from what I was used to. I mean, hailing from a music education, going to music schools, orchestra educations, what have you. My whole life is based around things are either in key, which is good, or out of key, which is not so good. And then when I started DJing, all of a sudden I got introduced to new ways of thinking. Sometimes a mix down with two records locked into each other is really wicked, but the keys don't add up and it sounds weird, and at the same time it sounds cool. So out of that whole thing, I think also back in the days when DJing started to metabolize, this atonal techno direction started to metabolize. It's based around crazy loops. It's based around not so much, it's based around sound design, but not so much in terms of melodies, more sound effects almost. So you can soundscape and do things. It lends itself to do a lot of stuff on the fly. So most artists that are doing techno live, they will choose that atonal techno vibe. Now, I'm going to give it a shot because I know the genre. I've not produced it much. A friend of mine in Rotterdam, Nigel Montero, is one of the artists that's really doing a great job. He's done a really wicked podcast for Awakenings, by the way, so I'll throw a link up in the description. Absolutely awesome. And he's inspired me when I was listening to that, like, this is the sound, you know, this is what I really like. I like that kind of loopy, not so structured sound of, you know, 16 and then a breakdown and then a build up. No, it's just like adrenaline. So it's more interactive. You look at your crowd, you look at what they want. You can really accommodate what is happening in the moment, and that's what I really like. Now, there's videos online on how most people do it. I mean, I saw a really nice video on Surgeon on how he did his live set and what he takes with him. I spoke to Speedy J of Store fame. I spoke to him on how he does his live sets. Yeah, you know, there's so many different artists that have a different approach. My approach today is going to be one where I do a lot of stuff beforehand in terms of preparation, but the DFAM is back on the desk. Now, if there's any atonal techno machine that has surfaced over the last years, it has to be the Moog DFAM. So feast your ears on this. Clench your buttocks, fasten your seatbelts. It's that time for atonal techno. The Korg Volca bass that I'm not so much using for the bass sound as I am using it now to sync the DFAM, because for the sound that we're doing today, the DFAM is absolutely a mandatory machine to do the live stuff. That's where I'm going to be the most live on the DFAM. And I've got the mixer set up in the middle this time, which is a different take from where I usually am. I've got the MIDI fighter connected to the Tenta Music black box. The Strymon is here, the Black Sky. I've got the digital delay DD7. Then we've got the EMX12 connected to the Octatrack, where we can just like address all the different tracks that we have. We're using the audio portion of the Octatrack, not so much the MIDI. And yeah, I guess that basically is what it is. Now, for this atonal techno sound to work, when I encountered the music for the first time, as I said, it was like, I just could not believe how something that wasn't necessarily musical hypnotized me so much. So diving deep into it, what you need is cool drums. So I've got everything mapped right here. Basically, if I'm playing it, side note, everything is synced from here. So if I'm playing this, the black box will run, and the sync out here of the trigger out is going into the sync in of the vocal bass. I'm not using MIDI. It's just literally just translating the pulse that it gets from here to the start stop of the DFAM, because the DFAM will play in its own thingy, but it needs to get a consistent consistent pulse for it to just run with the rest of the music. Now let's get into what we have right here, right? So now it's already playing. You don't hear anything because all the faders are down except for fader number 8. Fader number 8 here is connected to the master fader here. So where here you cannot turn it off, now all of a sudden I can address it here, which is cool, because the Octatrack works in a way that track number 8 is the master channel. So initially you're only using 7 audio tracks if you're using the audio portion, and then track 8 is the master channel, in which you can put some master effects, you can put some compression on there because the effects will work. But when you go to track 8, you know, you see that there's no crazy stuff that you can actually do, which is what you can do like with pitch and start length and amplifier and LFO settings. That doesn't work on track 8 because it's the master track. But then to turn it on and off, that you can map away, and that's what I've done. Why? Because my kick is also mapped away separately, is what I always do. On track number 1 on this EPM 8 mixer, my bass drum is mixed, right? So there's 3 ways for me to now address my kick drum. If it's on, I can turn it off on the desk right here with my left hand. I can turn it off by just like disengaging the first trick or track in quick mute mode, which you can address by holding function and going up and down. You can tell the Octatrack to do different things. In this mode, chromatic, this becomes a keyboard, and then you can play some stuff on there. Not Johann Sebastian Bach like, you know, there's no overtures or big stuff, but you can just then play the different samples if you would want. And I'm using quick mute mode, where it basically tells the Octatrack that all 8 channels are set here, and you can then address them. You see it turning red. You see that with track 2, track 3, track 4, track 5, 6, and 7. So that's what's happening, which is cool. Now the kick drum is here because even though I'm pretty nifty with getting my fingers around the different drums and muting stuff, I'm trying to just place as many samples in the same locations throughout the banks. If I'm expanding my live set, it's still a daunting task to always know where what is. So what I've done is I've got my muscle memory down to a point where it's easy to just, if you don't know where you're going, you want to make a breakdown, to just like work out, turn the fader down, and then something will happen. But we'll do that in a second. Now I've got a big kick drum that I think works for this sound. I'm pretty paced at the minute. I'm holding on 36 BPM. I can even go faster. Let's go 138. You know, and luckily my samples playing are always going to stretch accordingly. Now the Tenta black box, I don't think that I've addressed it here. I've got loops, one-shots and crazy stuff that I would like to play from there, so that you've got some recognizable stuff that's already there, right? So on track 1, it plays this, weird, cool, crazy stuff. There's more stuff placed here. So you can imagine where we're going with this, right? Okay. Now let's first go over the drums, but then you know a little bit what's happening. A few tricks that I've done on the octatrack mapping away. You know me doing the trick with the drum roll, which is on 3. If I turn it off, I'm only left with the cutoff on the kick. You can hear it. But I've also mapped that away to the last track on the MX-12. So it does the same thing. And track 9, these are my 8 audio tracks. Track 9 is giving you that new order kind of vibe that I can instantly do, which is handy if I'm doing this. You know? But the trick with this is because it's literally just telling the start point here, the re-trigger point, re-trigger on the kick. It's telling it to just like re-trigger the start point, but you have to be, you know, this fader needs to come down before your first kick enters. Listen, 2, 3, 4, because then it just falls a little bit against the beat, but that's something you'll figure out when you're playing live. Okay, that's for as much as I've done right there. Then track 2, it's got this 909 open hat. The kick is separate, as I said, so the kick is sitting here and the rest of the sounds, this is my stereo. So this initially is the same thing as this right here, right? Track 8, so I can address it there. Now, I'm pacing myself. Let's tell the DFAM to start playing. Bam, boom. And this thing is so random, I love it, you know? So if I'm going to take out my kick drum for a little bit, I'm going to slowly introduce. Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm digging that. So that is my drive, that's my main thing. This will just go and go and go, kick out. Nice one. I've got my second auxiliary here with the digital delay. The first one is the Strymon Blue Sky. Nice and stereo. So I can use my effects as well. Because the thing is, this thing just keeps going and it's just like a hamster wheel kind of vibe. So you have to just think ahead, what are you going to do? Introduce something else. Also forgot, okay, let's turn everything on, otherwise it doesn't work. Ooh. So hats, listen to this hat. This hat plays this. So again, nice one. I'm kind of missing my my multi-clock right now, because with my multi-clock it's easy to put some shuffle on there. So if I was to trigger the DFAM, I could easily then say like I needed it to be a little bit more, so now it doesn't shuffle. You don't notice it much because I don't think that you heard it, noticed it before I mentioned it, but now you know it's banging straight on. Okay, right cymbal, very important, that's on 5. So track 5, going in. See, and then on the fly I can also just like play around with it. So that also moves, yeah, it goes in a certain way. I'm loving that. I'm going to add a little bit more of that atonal hypnotic stuff in there. Kick out. There we go, right out. Now, atonal doesn't mean that things need to clash or things need to be really out of key, but the drive is more of the weirdness of the sounds and not so much on the harmonics of trying to make a concise musical composition as most other musical compositions are, right? Cool. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a few samples that are also going to come from the octatrack, because if I'm putting this back in the darkness, now this is some sort of a sound that has some bass information in, but at the same time it has some other information in there. Take out the kick, we're going to take out this sound on a 1010. So the bass line does something like this. I'm loving that. I'm loving the fact that it does that thing. Let's take out the hat. What's not to like here, right? I really, really enjoy the way it sounds, the way it works. Because this, to me, if I'm hearing this on a sound system, I'm inclined to just go straight to the dance floor. Now, another thing that's very important for this type of sound is the balance of the sound. I've done videos on this. You know that I'm always an advocate of making sure that your sounds are great out of the gate, so you don't have to start tampering with it. Now, when you see artists like Blawan doing it live with their loopers, with his looper and his modular, for him it's even more important to just make sure that his levels are going straight. So what I do, rule of thumb, my kick is blinking, as you hear a little bit, as you can hear it. I'm going to exaggerate a little bit more because I want this sound to be a little bit more aggressive. So the faster the pace of the music, the more the sounds are going to be hypnotizing if they've got some character. Now, to add some character, this is a kick without any distortion. See? So now we're focusing on this really weird sample and hold type bass line kind of vibe, what's happening right now. Now it becomes a little bit more apparent, so I don't want to have that wah, 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 but I like to have the belly of the kick, the release, to be a little bit more in your face, right? Let's try that. So I'm going to put the kick here. Cool, liking that. Now I've got another sample sitting on track 7, which does something else. So it is atonal, as it's a little bit dissonant, you know, the things don't necessarily, if you were to score this out and have it being played on a, with an orchestra, people will go like, what am I playing? What's going on here? But for this type of music, it really works out well, yeah? Kick out, 1, 2, 3, head in, kick in, we go. Yeah, I'm liking that. And all the time my DFAM is playing also. Let's see if we can add some stuff to it, like with this. Right cymbal in, 1, 2, 3, go. Okay, I'm taking out track 7 here. What I like about a DFAM is a few things. The envelope is absolutely awesome. So the longer notes give you more of that sequence, reveal more of the sequence. Let's take out a little bit of that reverb. And rough it up a little bit. I'm going to rough up the sound a little bit. There was noise on there as well. There's another oscillator that I'm not using, which I'm going to use now. Woo! Bit of a bass on speed vibe here. Wow. But let's put this second oscillator in hard sync. So it becomes more of a percussive vibe. And let's add more notes to this and see what we can do, adding in some extra to the sequence. Lucky there. I'm doing it in a musical sense for this atonal techno vibe still, but the fact that I have to struggle to really get it in tune is much of the excitement when I'm playing this stuff out, right? Cool. Okay, adding that auto sample in, 2, 4. Longer notes. You build up a vibe like that, right? So I'm constantly working different things. I want to take these two out. So now the black box and the DFAM are having a boogie behind the dumpster, which is absolutely amazing. Works. I'm going to take that right out as well because I don't want to have that high frequency content constantly playing. Which is on track 5. I'm also going to take that out because I know that in my next bank of drums, obviously, I'm going to have to also mute that stuff out, right? So now I'm in the second bank, which is absolutely, I can now go to a different, sample. Let's take out the first sample, I go for the second one. Well, now I'm going to alter the sound of the DFAM. Add a little bit of noise in there. Woo. Working the delay here. Liking that. Different sound, right out. The bottom sound again. Cool. Kick out, right out. And you keep it going, you keep the vibe going, constantly. See what we're gonna do with the defam, make it a little bit darker. Yep. Cool, and this is what I was telling you in the beginning. This is this. That's what I love. Turn everything off because it's playing, but because I've got track 8 on the orchestra mapped out, I can now easily take everything out. Take the kick out a little bit. Use track 3 because my drum roll is there. So if I was to open this up, then the drum roll would start to play again, longer notes. I'm using the effect sparsely as it's an effect that I don't want to just constantly drown this defam in the bathtub with a lot of reverb. I hear a lot of people go like, which is an effect that can work. Cool, okay. Nice. More notes maybe? What's not to like here, right? Now, is there no music that you can use? Well, actually, yes. Here. Cool, bassline in there. And the whole vibe is between the drums and the sounds and the way you work this thing around. Again, kick. What if I was to use only noise? Ooh, that should be nice. Turn it up a little bit more. So the trick is to look at resonance, look at your cutoff frequency. Sometimes you only use the noise. Sometimes I'm using the oscillator again. See? And all the while this little thing that's playing right here is giving me a little bit of a vibe. Now let's open this up. Bit of weird hypnotic content here. Kick back in. Yeah, I'm digging that. All right, well, this is my 2 cents on how I'm thinking my approach is, but most of the way it works is how you are looking at your crowd and what you can do, as the crowd basically tells you how this thing works and what they want to see from you and how they want to look at it. So try it out for yourself and let me know in the comment section how you get it. I'd like to welcome Peter K as patron for this week, and he follows all on patreon.com/analogkitchen. Listen, I need you guys out there to think of making a live set of 35 minutes. I need sets because I'm going to set something up pretty soon. I will not tell you what it is right now, but I need artists and I need them fast. Live, you have to film yourself doing a live set, film it in landscape mode, and then obviously you just send it over to me. There's going to be something pretty huge going on pretty soon, and yeah, it's good. It's cool to see that a lot of people are showing an interest to us live musicians, DAWless live techno heads or house heads or synthesizer bobs or whatever you want to call it. So I'm addressing you guys. We're also still doing the dance carousel, which is what I'm going to throw up on screen in a second, so you'll see what that is all about. Stay tuned for more. Now the mixer, we're actually testing everything. It's working. There's lights coming on when you press the button. In the beginning it's just a lot of assembling and a lot of looking for parts and a lot of philosophy on what to do, what not to do. And on my Discord there's actually my partner Ferry, who's doing an explanation of what we have so far. So if you're interested, that's also through patreon.com/analogkitchen, and then you can find yourself into Discord. You won't be breaking the bank, so it's an interesting one at that. Now ADE is coming soon, the Amsterdam Dance Event. We're doing a kitchen club again, and we're trying to just like work it out and talking to partners at the moment, but it looks very interesting what we are going to be working with. This is going to be a marathon. It was cool the last time we did a daytime party on Sunday afternoon and it went into Sunday night, but now we are going for it. So if you still have the stamina after all those days of ADE, you want to just come to something live, you know, I think apart from Store, we're the only other outfit that does anything with live music, so live electronic music, so come and do check that out. Now, there's so much that I can tell you, much that I can say. I'm going to Ireland, I'm going to Dublin, and I'm going to play at Fringe Festival. That's where I was preparing this set for. It's going to be a little bit more loopy, atonal techno. So yeah, and the fact that the DAWless setup is very versatile in where you want to take it is why I decided to just go a little bit this route. So you're accustomed to see me do a little bit more melodic here, or a little bit of house, or a little bit of melodic house, or whatever. But this time I thought, you know, let's spike it up a little bit and go for that deeper vibe. So I hope that you like what you see. I'll place a link to Fringe Festival also in the description. And now, if you made it this far into the video, you, sir or ma'am, are an absolute superstar. Thank you for watching. I'm Analog Kitchen. Keep watching this space, and I'm out. Peace.
Don't stop the music. Thank